Hello everyone, my name is Mochi and today's video is going to be a short one as I just wanted to come on here and share a Paralives mod fix that worked for me for those experiencing similar issues. I'm currently working on a June-July releases video, so don't worry, we'll be back to our usual content soon. And I'm also working on a Paralives Rags to Riches challenge video, which is where I actually first encountered this problem. I noticed that after a recent patch, when I booted up my save, all my mods were missing from within the game, specifically those downloaded from the Steam Workshop, even though they were still listed as enabled in the mods menu that you access from the title screen. I tried a bunch of fixes that I found on Reddit and none of them worked for me, but ultimately this was the fix that did. So here's how you do it for those of you who are in the same predicament. From what I understand, the issue is the way that the Steam Workshop IDs its content, and for some players, the game is having trouble to read these IDs, therefore the items just don't show up when you're playing. Therefore, stripping the mod files of these and moving them to the local Paralives folder from your Steam Workshop folder allows the game to recognise them and for them to show up when you're playing. So here is a step-by-step process of how to do that. So first things first, we need our mods from the Paralives Workshop. So I've just got 16 items that I've recently subscribed to here that I haven't converted to local files. And where you will find these are saved is if you go into your files and if you go to your local disk, see, and then you want to go into program files times 86, and from here you can go into Steam. And then you'll find a folder called Steam Apps. And then from here you've got Workshop, Content, and these are all of the different games. Each game has a code. So Paralives code is 1118520. So in here you'll find everything you've downloaded from the Paralives Steam Workshop in these numbered files. As you can see, 16 items, 16 items. If I go into this one, here we go, custom vinyl records pack, which I've got just here. And as you can see, this file is named the name of the mod, a bunch of numbers, and then .mod. So these numbers are the issue. This is the Steam ID. So we're going to take that out. Goodbye. And we're going to come into the folder. And there's a bunch of stuff in here, but what you're after is the meta file that has the big code in. So don't worry about all these meta files for each individual item, you just want the one that's got that ID in. And you're going to once again remove the ID from that. There we go. Don't worry about the thumbnail, that's just the picture for the icon. Don't need to remove the ID from that. Then you want to go into this meta file. So these are some other mods that I've got open. And you can just open it into your Windows notepad, and then what you want to remove is this publish field ID and then is from workshop true. So you just want to delete those and then save, and you can close that, and then that's done. Then you want to take this folder and you want to move it into your local Paralives mod folder. So I'm just going to move this onto my second monitor for now, and let's boot up Paralives and I'll show you how to get to your local mods folder. So once you're on the Paralives title screen, if you go into mods, if you haven't actually got any mods, then there'll be nothing in here. But if you have a local mod, you can click on this little icon to show the mod folder in the Explorer. If you don't have any mods, you can just create a new local mod, name it whatever you want. You can name it test. There we go, and then test will be in here somewhere. Here it is. So that's the one that I've just made, and then you just click show mod folder in Explorer, and that's over on my other monitor now. Here we are. So here's the test mod that I've just made, and if you go back into Paralives, here is all, obviously you won't have all of these, these are my mods. Here is your local mods folder, so you'll find your pre-made lots, outfits, households, everything in here. And if you just drag that lovely mod that you've just made into here, then it should now be showing up in your game. It'll show up in here. Obviously you've got to restart the game, but when you do restart the game, you come back into here, it'll be in here instead of being one of these like installed from Steam Workshop, it will just be a local mod like these, and then once you've enabled it, it will be showing up in your game. So as you can see here, all of my ones from the Steam Workshop, they are showing up in this My Mods menu, but when I actually go into the game, they're not there. But now that you've converted them into local mods, they'll show up here and they'll show up in the game. And also, before you reload your game after you've closed it, you just want to go back to your subscriptions and actually unsubscribe from it. Otherwise, now that you've moved the folder out of the Steam Workshop folder, Steam's going to try and re-download this because it notices it's not there. So that's how you stop Steam from re-downloading all your mods multiple times. So just make sure you've unsubscribed. So yeah, that's how I got my Paralives Steam Workshop mods working again. I know it's kind of a long, inconvenient process, especially if you have a lot of mods, which I do. I've literally spent hours stripping the IDs and moving the .mod folders, but you know, when you get into the rhythm of it, it's actually pretty easy to do, and you can just pop a show on in the background or something. Hopefully in a future patch, the game will be able to better recognize the Steam Workshop IDs and less people will have this issue going forwards. And due to the prevalence of people talking about this on Reddit, I do think the devs are probably aware of it and they're probably making it a priority, hopefully. Please do share in the comments down below if you found any easier fixes that are a bit less hassle that work for you. But for now, I'm just sharing what's worked for me, as other fixes I've seen online didn't. If this video helped you, then please do leave a like, as it really helps my small channel to grow. And if you're in the cozy gaming space, then I'd love it if you checked out some of my other videos. I do a lot of upcoming releases and news type content. Thanks so much for watching to the end. Hopefully this video helps you to get your workshop mods working again. And as always, I hope you have a lovely rest of your day or night.